Hello, dear students. I am here with our next important crop, paddy. That is, this crop is also called as rice. Okay, so there are 24 number of species of rice crop, paddy crop, and out of these 22 are wild, and only two species are cultivated species or cultivable species. And that first is Oryza sativa. This is called as Asian rice, and Oryza glaberrima, it is called as African rice. This crop belongs to family Gramineae, and origin of this paddy crop is Southeast Asia. When we see the seeds with brown seed coat, then it is called as paddy. And when we remove this layer and when we got this white colored seed, it is rice. Let's move to economic importance of this crop. Actually, rice is a staple food crop of world as well as staple food crop of India. If we think about world, 60% of population, more than 60% population is depends on rice as for a staple food. And if we think about India, more than 70% of population is depends on rice for, as a staple food crop. This rice also provides high energy, calories. Uh, the milled rice. From milled rice we got 6 to 7% proteins, 2 to 2.5% fats, calcium, some amount of calcium. These rice grains are again contains high amount of vitamin B. If we think about milled rice, especially in milling process, we lost majority of valuable proteins, vitamins, and minerals. And also during this milling process, we lost embryos and alluvial layer of the rice also. Various byproduce products prepared from rice milling are used for various purposes. Especially, rice bran is used as a cattle feed or a poultry feed, and this bran is also used for oil extraction. Nowadays in market you can see rice bran oil is also available. So this rice bran oil contains 18 to 20% proteins. It is important for objective type question, and this oil is used for uh, cooking purposes after refinement, and also some part of this oil is also used for soap making. Here you can see, here is white rice seed, here is rice brown, this layer, dark brown layer, that is rice bran. It is also layer, and here is that husk, rice husk. It is also used for various preparation. Here you can see this rice husk contains silica, and this rice husk is specially used in manufacturing of cements, cardboards, or insulating material. Even this husk is used as a litter in poultry also. It is also used as a fuel in majority of rural area. Edible uses of rice, we can say, or this rice is consumed in various forms like rice flakes, puffed rice vapors, canned rice also. Rice straw is good cattle feed and also used for making hats, mats, ropes. It is also used for preparation of packing material, used as a mulch in field. It is also used in roofing purpose also. So these are various uses of rice straw. As we discuss this part, uh, rice bran contains dash amount of oil is important for objective type question. Rice husk contains silica, it is again important for objective type question. And this rice husk also contain aleuron layer, which provides valuable proteins, minerals to us. Okay, so this aleuron layer is especially present in brown rice. Let's move to its classification. So this genus Oryza as includes 24 number of species, and out of these 22 are wild and 2 are cultivated. So this Oryza sativa species has again divided into three subspecies. In that, first is Indica, Japonica, and Javanica. Here you can see I have prepared a table of comparison of these three subspecies. So this Indica species is specially cultivated in India, Japonica is cultivated in Japan, Javanica in Indonesia. If we think about leaf arrangement or leaf uh, structure of this indica species, so the leaves are broad, pale green in color and slightly pubescent in nature. But leaves of japonica species are narrow, erect and dark green in color. If we think about javanica, leaves are broad and uh, hard in nature and uh, light green in color. Tealers are, if we think about number of tealers, so in indica species we can find higher number of tealers, but in japonica tealers are medium, and in javanica few a very less number of tealers we can see. Here you can see, if we think about on structure, that thread-like structure present at the end of spikelets in inflorescence or in spike. So these sometime indica species, some varieties are on less or few varieties having short or smooth awns. But in japonica uh, species awns are present, or some varieties awns are not present. Javanica species are always on. So you can find always on at the end of spikelets. If we think about grains, so there is a difference between grains. Here you can see indica species grains. In indica species you can find elongated, see here in this photograph, elongated, thin, narrow and slightly flattened seeds. And you can see in indica species. If we think about japonica species, japonica species seeds are oval and round in nature, you can see here. And in javanica, uh, seeds are broad and thicker in nature. Okay, so these are different cultivated species of Oryza sativa. Okay, let's move to next part. Climatic requirement for this rice or paddy crop. Actually, this rice or paddy crop is a short duration crop, thermosensitive plant. So it requires hot, it's hot and humid climate. This crop requires 100 centimeter to 200 sorry, this crop requires 100 centimeter to 200 centimeters of rainfall. If we think about average temperature requirement of this crop, so for this crop requires 21 to 37 degrees Celsius temperature range for completion of its whole lifespan. For germination, this crop requires minimum 10 degrees Celsius temperature. Here you can see, sorry, according to growth stages, temperatures given here for germination, crop emergence and establishment, tillering, panicle initiation, grain formation and ripening of seeds or grains. The low temperature, especially during 10 to 11 days before heading, that means before inflorescence development, it causes losses in grain yield just because of it produces sterile spikelet due to lower temperature. And if temperature is less than 20 degrees Celsius, it causes poor germination, leaf discoloration, increases degenerated spikelets, it fails anthesis process. It also increases production of sterile spikelets. Sometimes shattering of grains is there, and this heading, that means inflorescence development, is also delayed due to uh, temperature less than 20 degree Celsius. Let's move to next part, soil requirement. So soils having good water retention capacity with good amount of clay and organic matter, it's clay and organic matter are ideal for rice cultivation. So clay and clay loam soils are most suitable soils for cultivation of rice, and these soils are capable for water holding for longer time, and the crops can sustain for longer time. If we think about soil pH, so this rice crop grows well in soil pH from 5.5 to 8.5. That means we can say it can this crop can be grow well on acidic soils and alkaline soils also. Okay, let's move to next part, cultivation. So in India, this crop is mainly grown on two by two methods. In that, first is upland cultivation, next is lowland cultivation. Okay, so upland cultivation and lowland cultivation. But this rice cultivation systems are majorly depends on different factors, or different factors are important for selection of rice cultivation method. uh, these are soil type, situation of land, soil type, situation of land, irrigation facilities, availability of labors in that particular area, intensity and distribution of rainfall. Okay, so these all factors are very important while deciding a rice cultivation system. Here are the principal rice cultivation systems followed in India. In that, first is dry or semi-dry cultivation. It is called as upland cultivation. Next is direct seeding of sprouted seeds. Wet system. This wet system is called as lowland cultivation. And next one is system of rice intensification, that is SRI technique. Okay, so these are different principal systems followed in India for rice cultivation. Let's move, we can discuss these all in detail one by one. Here you can see I have posted a photograph here of different nursery preparation. Okay, here are the different methods or systems of rice cultivation. In that, first dry or semi-dry cultivation. See, in this dry and semi-dry cultivation you have to focus on these uh, points: field preparation, seed sowing, nutrient management, weed management, pest and disease management. See, pest and disease management is same for all, harvesting and yield is again same for all. Here in the cultivation, this lowland cultivation means wet system. In this wet system we should follow these all uh, things. In that, first we have to prepare nursery, first nursery raising. In this nursery raising different methods are used. Then field preparation, transplanting of these seedlings, spacing, nutrient management, water management, pest disease and harvesting. Next, here you can see in last method, system of rice intensification, the points are quite similar like lowland or wet cultivation: nursery management, field preparation, transplanting, nutrient management, water management, weed management, pest disease harvesting, yield. Okay, why I have prepared this table here? Just to avoid your confusion. Okay, you have to learn all these method in detail. So we'll discuss first dry or dry or sorry dry or semi dry cultivation. Next, wet cultivation. Third one and last one is this SRI technique. Okay, let's move to our first cultivation system, that is dry or semi dry cultivation. It is called as a plant cultivation, you should keep in mind. Okay, so in dry or semi-dry cultivation, you have to focus on field preparation, seed sowing, nutrient management, weed management, pest disease, and harvesting, yield. So here you can see in field preparation. So for dry or semi-dry cultivation, our field should be plowed after harvesting of our previous crop, and that field should be prepared, and burns should be made around the field just after the first shower of monsoon. And then we have to check loss of rainwater by runoff. Okay, next is seeds and sowing. After field preparation, that is sowing time. See, in dry or semi dry cultivation we are using seeds directly for cultivation in this method. Okay, so cultivation is quite similar with other crops where we are using seeds for cultivation. Okay, so sowing time is end of June to first week of July. Sowing depth is 2 to 5 centimeter deep. Before sowing, we can follow these kind of seed treatments. In that, first, for quick germination, we can keep seeds for water soaking at least for 24 hours. We can follow 3% brine solution seed treatment for control of blast disease. Hot water treatment is also given for control of udbata disease. And for control of bacterial blight, we can soak seeds with streptocycline solution and Cerason, and then we can follow hot water treatment. Okay, so these kind of different seed treatments we can follow before sowing of the seeds. If we think about seed rate, if we are following broadcasting method, so for broadcasting we require 100 kilogram seeds. It is important for objective type question. Seed rate required for broadcasting method of for rice is 100 kilograms. If we are following drilling method, for drilling we require 60 kilogram seeds for 1 hectare cultivation, and 20 centimeter spacing apart in between two rows. Okay, it is again important for objective type question. For broadcasting of rice seeds we require 100 kilogram seeds, and for drilling we require 60 kilogram seeds. Okay, here is fertilizer management for dry cultivation or upland cultivation. Okay, so beef at the time of land preparation we have to add 10 to 15 tons well decomposed farmyard manure or compost uh, up to 4 to 6 weeks before sowing of this rice crop. Next, here you can see recommended fertilizer dose. So it is 60 30 30 kg npk per hectare or 150 50 kg npk per hectare. See this, from this dose nitrogen is nitrogen is given in split according to type of variety. Here is general application. 25% nitrogen, that means 15 kilogram nitrogen, and full dose of phosphorus and potassium is given at the time of land preparation. Remaining 50 percent of nitrogen, 35 to 40 days after sowing or at the time of tillering stage we have to apply, and remaining 25 percent nitrogen at panicle initiation stage. Okay, so if we think about varieties, so this nitrogen is given according to variety. See, for short duration variety, for short duration variety, 50% nitrogen is given at the time of sowing or planting, 50% 25 to 30 days after sowing if we cultivated short duration variety. See, if we choose a medium or long duration variety, at that time we have to apply 40% nitrogen at the time of planting or sowing, and 40% nitrogen 25 to 30 days after sowing, and remaining 20% 55 to 60 days after sowing. That is fertilizer management for dry land cultivation in dry system. Next is weed management and hoeing. So at least 1 to 2 hoeings are important for this crop. 15 to 20 days after sowing, we should follow first hoeing or weeding. Next, 30 to 40 days after sowing. See, pre-emergence herbicides are also recommended for the rice cultivation. In that, first, we can use pendimethalin or betachlor for pre-emergence application. Okay, and few post-emergence herbicides are also recommended for post-emergence application. Propanil is also used. If we think about recent herbicide recommended for rice cultivation are mm, uh, chlorimurion ethyl. It also recommended for rice cultivation. for weed control. Metasulfuron methyl is also recommended for this crop. Next is um, uh, oxyfluorphane is also recommended for this crop. Okay. Uh, pretty Pretylactol is also recommended for this rice crop. Okay, so these are different kinds of herbicide recommended for this crop for weed control. Next, disease and pests. So I'll cover this part at the end of the this crop. It is same for all cultivation systems. Let's move to our next cultivation system, that means direct seeding of sprouted seeds. Okay, see, this method is practiced in areas where labor shortage is there. Okay, mostly this method is followed in areas uh, or in this method we should prepare land first. We have to follow puddling operation, same like we are following for transplanting of rice seedling. And then we have to soak seeds in water, then we have to pre-germinate them. We should pre-germinate all the seeds, um, and then uh, sorry. Okay, so here we have to pre-germinate all the seeds, and after germination, these sprouted seeds, having radical length of 1 to 2 centimeter, are broadcasted on puddled field. And seed rate is again 100 kilograms per hectare. Here you can see in this photograph. So such type of pre-germinated seeds we have to broadcast in the field for this direct seeding of sprouted seeds in the field in this system. And then here you can see such kind of seedlings are prepared from these pre-germinated seeds. Okay, remaining nutrient management on and all remaining um, cultivation practices are quite similar, like dry or semi-dry cultivation system. Let's move to our third cultivation system, that is wet system or lowland system. In this method we have to raise nursery first, and this nursery is prepared by various methods. Three methods are used for preparation of these seedlings. In that, first is wet bed, dry bed, and the pog method. And then field preparation, uh, transplanting of the seedlings, spacing of the seedlings, nutrient management, water management, pest and disease management, harvesting and yield. These all are included. So here you can see, first we have to prepare nursery or raise nursery seedlings in nursery. See, nursery is prepared on rice nursery is prepared on fertile, well-drained and fallow lands near to the source of irrigation. See, for transplanting of seedlings for 1 hectare area, if we want to transplant seedlings for 1 hectare area, at least 500 meter square area is sufficient for nursery preparation. That means if we want to transplant seedlings for 1 hectare area, so we should select or we should consider at least 500 meter square area for raising of these seedlings. Okay, then we have to soak seeds in water. We have to pre-germinate these seeds before sowing on the beds, and after pre-germination we have to spread these seeds on nursery beds. Okay, so these pre-germinated this pre-germination consists of soaking and incubation of the seeds, and incubation period for the seeds is 24 to 36 hours. Okay. After 36 to 48 hours, or this incubation period is important for dapog method, and for normal seedling preparation we require at least 24 to 36 hours incubation period. If we think about seed requirement, so seed requirement again varies, it differs according to seed size. If we are using bold seeded varieties, we require at least 40 to 45 kilogram seeds for 1 hectare area, and for fine varieties or small seeded varieties, 30 to 35 kilogram seeds per hectare are important for raising seedlings of for 1 hectare area. Okay, let's move to next part, that is methods, various methods for raising these rice seedlings. So these are there are three major methods: wet bed method, dry bed method, and dapog method. Okay, we'll discuss these methods in next video. Thank you.